Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Writer's Block Podcast. All right. We got a special guest in the building. Let me go ahead and get the round of applause going. All right. We are here at the Comedy Zone because the gentleman sitting to my left, all right, just had these people cracking the hell up in there, all right. Recently viral comedian, or he had one of the things go absolutely insane, all right. I got actor, writer, producer, comedian Trey Elliot with me. How you doing, man?
What's happening, brother? What's going on, Bobby?
I'm doing great. That first
Thanks
of all,
for having me.
Great show. That was hilarious. I missed last night because I had to work, but I was here for the shows today.
Got to make that money, man.
Listen, it's all right. They wasn't tipping nothing Thursday night. They got a jazz concert leaving early.
Okay.
I'd much rather have been out here with y'all.
Bunch of old people with dress shoes and sets on at the jazz joint.
How are you doing, man? You've been here at the Comedy Zone featuring with Tony Rock. Mm-hmm. So you've been doing comedy for 20 years. So I know that you're well traveled. Have you been here before at this club?
Yeah, this is my second time coming here to the Comedy Zone in Jacksonville. First time was 2021, 2020 or 2021.
Yeah.
Towards the end of 2020.
Wow.
Yeah, so we were still mid-smack COVID.
Yeah.
Everybody had masks on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What's different now?
Half of the people had masks on, put it that way.
Yeah. What's different now? Like, how was it, from the first show to what you have been this weekend? How you feeling? What's the vibe like?
I feel good, man. It's always love here. Every show is always love. Yeah. So it's one of my favorite places. Mine is the hotel that they be having us stay in. But, you know.
What's wrong with the hotel?
Oh, man, listen. You know, this would be fly if it was 1978. But I opened my closet to get the ironing board and the iron, and I thought a dead body was going to be up in that bitch. I said, yo, I'm halfway scared to open this closet.
They give you the room key, still chalk outline on the floor.
Right. I found some of Pablo Escobar old cocaine stashed up in the damn closet, man. It's old ass. But nah, man, I'm just playing all love, man. I love this city. I love this room too.
Oh man. For 20 years, all right, and still doing this and killing it, and you look like you had a lot of fun up there. How do you stay enjoying this? I had a lot of fun watching you, live your dream and talk up there and get people involved. What was the best part about it?
Well, man, I always just keep things in perspective and realize that, I'm one of the lucky ones to be able to do it. And because of that, it keeps me having fun. And it's a challenge still. And I love to be able to come up with new material and it works, and stuff like that. That makes it more fun and just kind of, keeps me going. And just, to get that instant gratification being on stage, man, that's always enjoyable.
Starting from ground zero, is it like I'm in year 4 right now, and when I'm starting new material, I'm like, I'm still pretty nervous about hitting it up, like going out there. You just like, no, this is gonna kill him. You are.
Well, you know what? I'm never nervous, but nervous is not the word. I feel like everybody should have a little bit of nervousness, so I had that small amount. But I like to say it's more performance anxiety or performance anxiousness because you're just ready to go up there and do your thing. But there's never like a crowd. I'm like, I'm ready to take on all audiences.
You just talked about do you have an unlucky moment in your career that you can think of, a moment that you were the unlucky person?
I mean, yeah, man, it's been plenty, especially when you first starting out. At times that you take some great bombs.
Yeah.
I think one of the most bombs that stand out the most to me, it's my funniest bomb story ever. I was doing a show in LA at this venue where they do live R&B music and comedy. All right. And I've done it plenty of times. And I had actually done it the week before, right?
The same show?
The same show. I did it the week before, killed it. And I did some good improv because, like I said, they have live music. And during the intermission is when the comedian come up. So I had went up, was killing. Then I did this improv about the drummer. I was like, yo, why the drummers they so cool? They be playing the drums and talking to different people, like the drummer just be acting like this, whatever. And I got on the actual drum set and was mocking the drummer and killing it, and the audience going crazy. So I go back to the same venue the following week, and this comedian was on stage, man, and she's a funny comedian, but the audience wasn't really giving her what I was like, yo, they supposed to be giving her better energy than that. They But I was like, you know what? I go and get them. Now, at this time, I got me, my girlfriend at the time, her friend, and her friend had some dudes visiting. So they was already bigging me up. Oh, wait till Trey get up there. Trey about to, So I go on stage.
That's already a lot of pressure.
That's already a lot of pressure.
Up, yeah.
But I'm cool. I go on stage. I'm giving them my material. They ain't feeling it. Quiet.
No.
I said, shit. I said, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to that drum bit that I improv
the other week,
and that's going to kill.
The week before.
Man, I went on that drum, started doing what I was doing, dead silence. And the worst part of it was that I had to get up from that drum set and walk back to the mic. And it was only like from here to there, but it seemed like it was a mile long. And it was dead silence while I'm walking back to the mic. So all I hear is me tripping over chords and ting, bling, ding, ding, ding.
That's rough.
And I get back to the mic like, I was like, that shit worked last week. And they was like, it ain't worked today.
Yo, when you tell somebody, shit, hey, that shit worked last week. I don't know what y'all wanted today.
But that was probably like my funniest bound. That's a bound
I know the feeling. I know the feel. Like you see all the stuff that I brought in here. I mean, when I was starting out doing just open mics, bar shows and stuff, I'm bringing the cameras to set up. You bombing at an open mic like that, you gotta walk in between everybody to get to the camera. I gotta get back to the camera.
People don't want to talk to you. People trying to avoid eye contact. You got one person that's gonna be like, good set. Like, nigga,
no, nigga, don't do that to me. We're not getting there today. What you sipping on? What do you got today? What's your choices?
My first choice is Scotch whiskey, and then I'll do like tequila. But I initially like to do a nice little Scotch. I'm like a cigar smoker as well, man. So I'm always like to, do a little Scotch and a cigar.
That's fancy? That's a vibe?
I'm a fancy motherfucker. Yeah. I like, I
got asthma. I can't be around that.
Really? Yeah. You don't want to be around cigar smoke with asthma, man.
Yeah, but I actually worked in a smoke shop for like a year though, because I needed.
Is that how you caught asthma? How did that? How did you? But they don't got to smoke in the smoke shop, right? They not smoking in the.
Honestly, we got to let them try the thing before they leave it, so they make sure it works. So some people, but I'd be like, can you blow it that way? What I mean? Just respect me. I'd have my inhaler sitting right by the register, man, so people knew.
Look at this is a hard working man sacrificing his lungs for a job at the smoke shop. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad.
That was before comedy started going.
All right, there you go.
You're out in LA now, but like you were talking about on stage, you're from Jersey. Where did you start comedy? Was it Jersey or?
Actually, so you're right. I'm born and raised in Jersey, but actually I started comedy in Atlanta because I went to college in Atlanta.
Georgia, okay.
I went to Clark Atlanta University.
Hey, shout out Clark Atlanta.
Yeah, and I was working at UPS, man, and a coworker dared me to try comedy.
Nice.
And I actually knew somebody I was going to school with that was doing open mics. And I was like, and he was funny on campus. I was like, yo, if Rashawn could do it, then I can do it.
That's kind of hate a little bit. I don't know.
I said as far as with him having the courage to do it.
Okay.
Because like I said, he was the funniest dude on campus.
Yeah.
He was like the comedian of the campus. Yeah.
I've definitely seen some people like, if he doing that, come on. I definitely go knock this out to the house.
I actually saw him not too long ago at our homecoming in October, and I tell him all this because he's not doing comedy, but he is still trying to dibble and dabble. I always tell him, I said, bro, you are one of the people who inspired me to get on stage, man. And,
wow, that's important.
Yeah, and so I did my first 2 open mics at the Uptown Comedy Corner in Atlanta, Georgia in 2002.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I was born in 98. So
that's the year I graduated high school in 98.
So what was that first open mic back? What was the culture like back then in 2002 if you're doing comedy at this open mic in Atlanta?
I remember,
now Atlanta's popping. Now Atlanta's
and this open mic was like a show. A comedian by the name of Shawty out of Atlanta. What my name is.
Yeah, okay.
He was hosting it. So this shit was a big deal, pack house. First show I did, killed it. In my mind, because all my friends came.
Yeah.
But I said, I want to come back next week without my friends to see what happened. And I stunk it up. And then
they was giving you the friendly laughs?
Yeah, no, I wasn't even getting them. It was just silent. I ain't get booed, but it was just silence.
I mean, your friends being at the show, you think they were giving you...
the friends. I mean, because they know me, and I was working the material out with them, so they were just excited to see me up there, so they was laughing just off the strength.
But the second show,
second show stunk it up. And then through some turn of events, I ended up moving to Maryland. And I didn't realize how much of and when I say Maryland, the DMV, because that's DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Okay. And I didn't realize the history of comedy, in Maryland. So when I got there, my son's mother was like, hey, they got this comedy club inside of Dave & Buster's. It used to be called Jillian's, but it's called Dave & Buster's now. And you should go. So I went and talked to the host, guy named Todd T-Rex. Is still my guy to this day. Very hilarious comedian. And he put me up. I was like, yo, I'm a comedian. I just moved here from Atlanta. He was like, you funny? I was like, yeah. He said, come back Friday.
I bet.
Yeah, I said, bet. I went Friday, stunk it to high heavens.
Yo.
And he was like, he got on stage after I stuck it up. He said, yo, this is a hard thing to do comedy. But it's even harder to do that bullshit and I used to go by Trey Deasy. That Trey Deasy just did.
No way.
Comedians be having weird ass stage names. I was Trey Deasy.
Nah. If you Bob, you don't get a nickname.
You don't get a name.
That is your real name.
Right. And T-Rex was just like, yo, man, just keep coming back. It's an open mic here. Come do these open mics and keep coming and just keep putting that time in. And that's what I did, man. And I started hitting the stages 5 days a week until I started learning how to be funny, man.
Yeah. When did it click for you? When did how long into your tenure?
I say within about 8 months to a year, I had a funny 5, and that's consistently going.
Funny 5, like 5
minutes. I
minutes.
came up with a funny 5 minutes.
Okay.
And the first joke that I came up with that got the laughs, that I was like, okay, now they laugh at this, I got more leverage for them to laugh at everything else. My very first joke was, hey, I'm a brand new father. I just had a son. Everybody start clapping. Then I'll be like, he too. Just found out about him yesterday. That was the very first that I came up with. And I was like, yo, this is fail proof. Every time I do this bit, they laugh. So I used to open up all my bits with that. I'm a brand new father. And then I just started just coming up with funny stuff to follow to... and then you don't even realize it, man, until after some years. You be like, yo, that was that one little seed that just grew into a forest.
Yeah. Putting the time in, putting the work in.
That's what it's all about.
Did you have a moment where, like a rewarding moment, a most rewarding moment where you finally were like, damn it, you know what? All that work was this moment right here.
Yeah, man, several. My first TV credit.
What was it?
We got Next by Bob Sumner produced it.
I follow. Yeah, I follow him on Instagram. I'd be
that's my guy. Bob was managing me, and Bob and Laugh Mob was managing me for a while. But Bob gave me my first TV credit. But it was crazy because it simultaneously happened. Like my first and my second TV credit was kind of like right at the same time. Sometimes I forget which one was first, but we go with Bob. And then I did this show on Stars called Stand Up, where it was just, stand-up comedy show on Stars Network. And I was doing this club in Pasadena called the Ice House, and I killed it. And an owner by the name of Jan came up to me after the show. He was like, hey, can you do urban comedy? Because it was a majority white room.
Okay,
but I know how to go back. And I was like, yeah I'm black.
I've had someone ask me that. I've had a white booker ask me that before.
Yeah.
Recently.
He's like, you killed it so much mainstream, can you do urban? I said, yeah. He said, well, I'm taping this show for Stars Network in 2 days. He said, I'm going to either let you host it or you want to do a set. And it was like I said, the first We Got Next didn't even air yet. And I was like, well, if people start seeing me on TV for the first time or two, I really want them to see me doing a set instead of hosting.
Yeah, okay. So I would pick. I was going to ask you what you pick.
I went for doing the set, man.
Smart.
And they paid me that night. And so I kind of had 2 TV credits simultaneously.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, so that was very rewarding. And the funny part, when the Stars episode aired, I was in line downtown Los Angeles getting food stamps, applying for my EBT card. Crazy. That's some real shit.
That's crazy.
I was like, yo, I'm getting my EBT, and I got my first debut stand-up comedy airing on TV tonight.
That's weird how it be like that sometimes. Like my best moments would be I'll literally just be in line for something that's some broke shit. I was at the Dollar Tree the day they announced the $1.25 raise. I was mad as hell.
I literally got $2.
And then this partnership came with the Comedy Zone. Hey, we gonna get it right. We'll figure it out.
You gonna figure it out, bro. That's what life is, man.
Yeah. So I'll keep it going with TV. Your hacks. All right, we did a podcast here with Lunell a couple weeks ago.
Lunell,
the queen, man. She was so nice. Shout out to her.
Yeah, I love Lunell.
And y'all have that in common.
She's on there.
What was that experience like? And first of all, how did that start out for you?
Well, I auditioned for it, and it was only a line or two, but it was dope because it's hard to book in Hollywood, and I auditioned for so much stuff. So coming into 2022, my first goal was, I'm booking something. In January of 2022, I booked. I was like, oh shit, I got my first booking from an audition. Everything that I had done television-wise, I didn't have to audition.
Okay.
It was like, here. I was like, I gotta book something. So I booked it. My agent was like, you book hacks. I was like, word. And it felt good. I got on set, and it was cool, man, because I had my trailer. And I was just like, this is what it's all about. Yeah. And
if you guys don't remember, Hacks is a very, very incredibly funny show on HBO Max right now.
Yeah.
It just won a bunch of Emmys, had a bunch of nominations.
Yes.
Go check that out. But yeah, you had your own trailer. You had your own.
And then, when we was taping, I was just chilling with Gene Smart, who's the star, and Hannah.
Wow.
And Hannah, who was the other star. Yeah. And we were just all in the green room just chilling. And Gene was in there knocked out during tapes, during the breaks, whatever. But it was so fun. And then during the breaks, when they would say cut, because my role, I was playing a comedian and I was introducing the character, which is Deborah Vance, on stage. And so we shot it at the comedy club, and during the breaks, I would actually start doing comedy for the extras.
That's actually pretty fun.
Yeah,
like they set it up, or you were just like, what, we just
during the break, I'll just be talking to the audience, telling jokes, having them laugh, man. Yeah, you don't never know. You gotta always put yourself out there like that, because you never know.
That's what I did. I was just telling him earlier. My first time, I'll be in LA in February, actually, man.
Let me know. Let me know the date.
I got you, because I've been watching Chocolate Sundays my entire life, man. I've been watching that show forever, I've been reaching out, talking to people. Finally bumped into some people. So I told you February, I'm coming. I'm gonna hit you up then.
No, real talk.
Absolutely. The viral clip you had. Also, I'm gonna put the link to that clip in the episode of this description. Yeah. All right. If y'all haven't seen it, Trey is on stage, and I guess you talk about day and night looking couples in the audience, and it's just two. First of all, these were the straightest presenting gay men I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
And you were talking to them. You thought that they were just hanging out.
Like, y'all in here looking for the bitches. Y'all looking for the bitches.
And that wasn't the case. Did you know in that moment that you're like, oh no, this is about to go crazy? Or you were just...
Well, because the backstory is, like you were saying, I was hosting that night and I was just scanning the room. So I had spotted out two white females who were sitting next to each other, and I asked them, what's good with y'all? They was like, oh, this is my girlfriend. I was like, oh, damn, y'all lesbians. She was like, yeah, well. So made a little joke with them. Spot out another couple, two other chicks who was like, got together too. So that's why when I got to my fella, like, I see my fellas out there, my niggas, they out there looking for the bitches. And then when he said, no, we're together, that's what I was like, wait, y'all together?
Your face, you were so shocked.
And then when I said, y'all throwing me the fuck off tonight, I was referring to everybody.
Yeah.
All the people who I spotted out, I was like, y'all throwing me the fuck off tonight. and then my mind is with the guy like, I was like, this is my nigga. Like, yeah, I know your nigga. No, this is my nigga.
That was funny as hell.
And then I wish they would have kept what I said afterwards, because I was like, where did y'all meet? At the basketball court? And then I did a whole bit about him posting them up and all that. They loved it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. So, and bro, like, I did not expect for that shit to do what it's doing. Right now, it's at 16 million views on TikTok. It's over 1 million views on Facebook. And it's at over 4 million on Instagram.
I just got the air horns running. We celebrated it. We celebrated it here.
My first viral video, bro, after all this time. And, for 2022, one of my goals I've written down on my board was to amp up my social media and get my followers up. And I said I wanted 10,000 followers on Instagram by a certain time.
You said this in January?
I said this in January. Okay. And then June came, and I was like, I got 6 more months to get 2,000 followers to get to 10. After I said that, like, a few days later, I was surpassed 10,000.
Wow.
And then Tone, because Tone, and a few other people got a group chat. And I was like, I made it past my 10,000. Tone was like, that's what's up. Shoot for 20. I said, bet. And I was like, damn, how am I going to do that? I'm just going to keep putting my videos up. this is how God worked. I'm over like 12,000 now on IG. But dog, I had 500 followers on TikTok about 3 days ago. Now I have almost 40,000 followers on TikTok. Crazy. So it was like I didn't get necessarily got the 20 on IG, but I got 30 whatever on TikTok. You know
crazy.
What I mean?
Congratulations to you, first of all. You know what I mean? And it's not even like that one moment is what did it. Like it's like those types of videos. You had a catalog. You were posting already, like you were saying. Were you posting your stand up, or you make like
a little bit of both? I do videos where I talk over like memes and talk over different things or videos. And then I post clips on my stand-up at times. But so many people was like, yo, we want to see more of your stand-up, with your stand-up after the video went viral. Yeah. So now I just started posting more stand-up clips on the TikTok now.
That's good. You have a back catalog, I'm assuming 20 years. You know, you
know what, bro? Like I have old stuff, but the shit that I have access to now is like current things. I don't have stuff from like, I wish I did. I don't have a lot of things from like years ago, you know, because technology has changed now. So, you know, back then, man, you had to have the whole camcorder, set it up and all that. So
that's crazy to me. I would have never. I don't know,
bro.
I had to carry around briefcases. Not like I'm not doing the same thing. But
right. But you doing it for podcasts. Imagine doing it just to record a 10-minute set.
Yeah.
So now you know we try to record as much stuff as possible, and I just try to put that up.
Yeah, listen, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a fan, man. I watch. I like I said. I saw the season and stuff, and I was like, "Oh, this guy's good. This is hilarious."
Yeah.
And I think my favorite part about I just like watching you here, man. I love when people are just, I don't know, you were honest about it, and the crowd was just so like with it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. There's a lot of people who you can like you watch them on stage, and you're just like, okay, after this, they're kind of a different. You're kind of the same vibe. You know, you're ready to have fun. You engage with people, and it's nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I like to. My stage presence is really my presence off stage.
That's what I'm trying. That's like, well, I would. That makes more sense to me. You know what I mean? But sometimes you got to figure it out.
And you know what? It's hard to do. I didn't really find my voice and get confidence to really tell my real stories on stage. Probably till about year 10 to 12. Year 10 to 12 when I really started finding my voice and
putting it together.
And I felt like I didn't have to what you call perform. Meaning, I didn't always have to just make sure I'm like, yo, I know this work. I'm going to do blah, blah, blah. And I got to a point where I'm going to talk about real shit. Yeah. And make it happen. So you know, so I've developed and became more of a storyteller instead of a joke teller.
You have you talked. I'd say you have a son who's, first of all, he's grown now. He's
22.
22. That's a couple years younger than me.
Oh wow,
your comedy career is a little bit younger than your son.
Yeah, I know. Right. I know.
How is that? How is that at? Is he like the stand up stuff about? Do you talk about him? Is he embarrassed or anything?
Nah. So my son, before he graduated high school some years back, and I just reposted this. You know, he said, he told me, he's like, yo, my top 3 comedians are Kevin Hart, Gabriel Iglesias, then you. I said, how you gonna put Fluffy over your own dad? I gotta understand Kevin. Then he has his picture with him because, you know, I introduce him to Kev and he take him to his shows and backstage.
I was just
and all
at a Kev show at the arena like the other week. He was here.
Yeah, shout out to Kev, Plastic Cup Boys. Those are my guys.
They were here.
The Plastic Cup Boys are my folks, man. And so and then he said, as far as social media, you got a long ways to go. And that was some years back. So now, you know, he loves what I do. And when the video went viral, one of his roommates, because he got like 4 roommates in like a suite thing in his dorm.
The dorm setups, I used to hate those.
And he was talking, because I talk to him then every day because we be sports betting. Yeah. So
little gambling family.
Yeah,
you know?
And he was like,
healthy football.
Right. And he said, yo, Dad, my roommate came to me and was like, yo, look at this video. This shit funny. And he looked, it was your video. And he was like, yeah, man, that's my dad. And he was like,
wow,
he was like, no, it ain't. He was like, yes, it is. He was like, this the dude who you be on speakerphone with every day putting bets in? He was like, yeah, that's my dad.
Yo.
He was like, oh, shit, you know, so.
That's pretty cool.
Shit like that, you know, is cool. You know what I mean? Cool for me and cool for him.
He can never say, you not cool. Like, nigga, your friends thought they showed you before you even pulled up.
Yeah, man. But he know now, he be starting to hit me with shit. Hey, can you get Jamie Foxx on the phone for me? Like, he be at, you know, because my son.
Birthday gifts.
Yeah, like my son doesn't live the LA life whenever he come. When he come, he always experiences shit like Jamie Foxx parties and meeting all these celebrities and meeting all these people. You know, he made it normal, but when he was in high school, because he was in high school in Maryland, so when he would go back to Maryland and people would see his IG and they'd be like, yo, nigga, he was with Jamie Foxx, you Chris.
Like casual.
So and people in school used to be like, yo, right, yo. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they was just like, yo, this kid is whatever. But he was always cool with it though. He was always cool with it. Stand
up there and rolling with it. Does he ever travel with you, like pulling shows?
Sometimes, or if I do a show in the vicinity, he either drive up or come, and and even if like Tone in town and not with him, you know, that's his uncle. Yeah. So he'll go and Tone get him in, you know, to the show, and they'll go party.
What's that like
and everything.
Performing with your kid in the crowd? I feel like that's the difference.
It's the best feeling.
That's wild.
I don't hold nothing back. Yeah. He loves it. You know, because especially when I do bits about him, he hasn't heard the girlfriend bit yet about being bougie.
That was hilarious. I was in there cracking up.
I can't wait till they both hear that.
I haven't been on a plane before. My first one gonna be February.
Really?
I am going Spirit. That was that's the ticket I got.
If it's your first one, you got to start off with Spirit,
that's
bro.
That's the ticket I got.
You can't just start off with United or Delta, bro. You got to work your way up.
Oh my gosh, man. Oh. So you just did a 30-minute set here. You do it out. You have an hour. You do your own hours and stuff like that. You recording anything that you like specials or anything you're working on?
I want to shoot a special, man. I just want it to be the right time.
Yeah,
I don't want to shoot it and just put it out there and no get no views or no this and no that. I want it to be the right situation at the right time. I tell people all the time, there's really no rush. Because once you put it out there, it's out there. So if you put it out there, make sure it's right. As far as me having the material, I definitely got that ain't no question. You know, I could do more than an hour. So right now, I'm like, you know what? If I put a special out on a big platform, I would probably start off with doing 30. That way I could put 2. They're going to want to hear more. There's no need to give them all of it in that 1 hour. You know what I mean? Until the demand is for it. But any 30 that I choose right now will be a good solid 30. And to be honest, me and one of my brothers in the game by the name of comedian Boogie B, it's my brother.
Shout out Boogie B.
We did a show. It was our 10-year anniversary show that we did in Los Angeles. That was like the 3 years ago. Because 3 years was our 10-year. And we actually got that on Amazon Prime. It's called
Congratulations.
It's called Comedy Bad Boys.
Comedy Bad Boys?
Yeah, because we always think of it as bad. Like we like the real Mike Lowry or Marcus Burnett, you know. And so that was put out, and it got people who saw it, loved it, and for me that was dope because that set was just about my 10 years in LA, talking about what I was going through in that 10 years. So that's real good. So if people ever want to see something that's out that they got access to, they can definitely look at Comedy Bad Boys. We didn't even expect for it to be on Amazon.
Yeah, really.
This dude was like, yo, I'm going to record it for you. He said, bet. And then we got to the show. He had cameras, lights, and everything.
It was legit.
He was like, I'm going to put it on Amazon Prime for y'all. We was like,
that's fire.
All right.
Hell yeah.
One show that we decided to do for a night that we charged people, we made about 800 a piece is from the door and all that stuff. We still get paid every quarter from it being on Amazon.
That's pretty dope, Bill. That's inspiring to hear. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've been working on some things and talking, I produced in my own half hour, 25 I've been working on for a little bit. Not a season, just 20 years, obviously.
Yeah,
I'm hoping when I get to that, I would like to be, rocking and doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Do you drink before like going out on stage?
For me, not really. I'm not one of I need a drink before I go.
Yeah.
I was just after my first show, I'll be like, all right, we're going to have fun the second show. I might get a drink while I'm on stage. Sometimes I don't drink at all till after I'm done. Yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't depend on alcohol. Matter of fact, I like to perform sober. Yeah. And when I drink, I don't drink to get drunk anyway. I'm like a real sipper.
I drink for it to taste good.
Yeah, I like how liquor tastes.
Yeah, my little college phase, I was like, all right, I'm good on that.
Yeah, I like how it tastes. So it's like me drinking some scotch on stage, really like me drinking some water. I'm just chill. But sometimes I love when I can relax and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have fun with this audience, sip a little, and then just have fun with them. Yeah.
Congratulations early in advance. You turning 42. All right, this month we're recording this early, but your birthday is coming up, man.
December 30th, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, Capricorn in the building.
You're Capricorn.
Yeah. So my goal is with my birthday being December 30th, is other celebrities that are huge, and I'm like, I got to get to their celebrity status, so my December 30th birthday party would be bigger than theirs, or we could collab.
Everybody gonna come to yours,
like LeBron James' birthday is December 30th, Tyrese December 30th, Tiger Woods December 30th.
With Tyrese,
nigga, I got stories about Tyrese, but yeah, I gotta compete. I want my party to be better than theirs, but I'm like, I either need to have it where we all gonna be like, yo, we gonna do one big party, or everybody gonna be like, yo, I'm going to Trey party instead of LeBron's party. So that's my goal, man.
Yeah, just start scoring triple doubles, man.
Yeah, right. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh, Trey, I appreciate you giving me your time and doing my show.
Good.
I'll be here all weekend to watch y'all do your thing and rock out, man. Like I said, I'm inspired by watching, y'all come through here every weekend. Second time at the Comedy Zone. All right, would you say that this is better than your first? What do you think in terms of like you and like you're better than your first? Obviously, but like how you feeling trending in?
Yeah, I like this this time. I mean, the first time was dope, but because I was familiar with the crowd, man, it's a lot of love, and and the first time I did it, I had just started going on the road with Tone, and I was just doing 10 to 12 minutes in LA a lot, and I was like, yo, so I got to do 30. So the very first time I did it last year for that very first Thursday show, I was still trying to figure out what 30 I was gonna do.
Okay, that was the same.
Yeah. So I was like, all right. So now coming back the second time around, I already know what I'm doing, and but last time by the second show, I had to figure it out.
So how did that? I just didn't know how time. Yeah. How did that connection? Like, how did y'all start linking up and touring together? And
I've been knowing Tone. I've been knowing Tone for a long time, man. We had a mutual friend, and I went up to Tone. I was like, yo, I know so and so. He's like, word, well, if you know him, we family. And then and that's how Tone is. And then we got cool.
I said Mr. Rock when I walked in here. He was like, hey, that's my father.
Don't call me Mr. Rock.
My name is Tone. All right.
And then we realized we both liked to drink, party. At that time when,
How old were you when you met?
I was probably about 29.
Okay.
29, 30. And we was like, yo, we like to do the same thing off stage. We like good energy, have a good time. And then one day, he was in D.C. And I happened to be in D.C., Maryland, visiting my son. And I hit him, like, yo, I'm in D.C. He's like, yo, come through, get a guest spot. I did the guest spot, killed it. And then, had a great time partying. And then a couple of months later, I got a random text, yo, we got Miami. You in or out? I was like, I'm in. And then,
always.
Yeah, and then we gotta just chill. Always love, cool, parties, whatever. And then recently, I was just like, we did a show, and he was like, who you going on the road with now? I was like, shit, nobody really. And he was like, nigga, let's rock. He was like, let's go. He was like, say no more.
I see what you did there. A little pun, let's rock. I got it.
Nice. No pun intended. And we've been rocking, going on a little, about to be 2 years.
Nice, man. I think that's amazing. That's actually on my my board that you were talking about. I'd be scared to do vision boards because 2 years ago I wasn't accomplishing none of them. So I was a little mad.
Still have it up there. Still have it up there.
I got go on tour somehow right there, right? So it says somehow. I ain't got no specific dates on it yet.
Yeah. Start putting specific dates because I told myself I'm gonna book my first reoccurring role on the show, meaning I would be on
multiple episodes.
By May 24th. And the reason I picked May 24th, that's because my son graduates college on May 24th.
Congratulations.
And I want to go to his graduation and be able to stunt on his mama's family. Or his mama. Like, I told y'all I've been going to do this shit.
This is some healthy hate. I was literally just thinking, like, I would love to be loved, but sometimes hate just makes me fuel.
I'm like, I want to be at that graduation. People like, can I get a picture with you? And they look at like,
I'm the one that graduated. You don't want a picture with the man?
So, that's my motivation.
How would you? Has your son ever like mentioned doing comedy himself or anything like that? Or nah?
My son actually going to be a sports agent.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, he wants to be a sports agent.
That's what he's going to school for.
Yeah. So that's what he's in school for. And First Person Entertainment. That's my entertainment company, and we're going to eventually branch off to either First Person Sports Agency Entertainment or Second Person Sports Entertainment, because my last name is Person, so my real name is Tremaine Elliot Person.
Okay,
but my stage name is Trey Elliot. But my company is First Person Entertainment because I'm the first person
You know, that's
in
nice.
my family,
That's pretty nice.
And then he would be the second person to do, you know what I mean? So, we going to come up with some good Master P.
Honestly, I do rock with that. I do rock with that. My name is Bobby Brown Jr., so, but all that stuff is legally taken. So
right.
I go by maybe Bobby. Sometimes
there you
figure
go.
It out.
You can't get no the Bobby Brown. You ain't the real Bobby Brown. What's your real name on Instagram? Like,
let me see your ID. Come on, bro. This is not the club.
Right. That's but Dave Chappelle had a joke about how he tried to get at his Instagram or his Twitter at this time, and he was like, they asked him his name, he put his name, and they was like, you cannot have a celebrity name, you have to come up with another name. He was like, I'm the real Dave. Like, it was this funny bit how you put that together, man.
How did you? So when did you figure out that you had you were going to go by Trey Elliot? Because I flipped a couple of names around myself.
I went from Trey Deasy to Trey Elliot, and what happened was when I was in Maryland, this other comedian who was hosting the open mics I was going to by the name of Sean, you know what I mean, and Sean Jokes. He was like, "Hey man, what's your middle name?" I was like, "Elliot." He was like, "You should go by Trey Elliot instead of Trey Deasy."
Yeah,
and I was like, "I like how that sound."
Yeah.
So as soon as I got to LA, I threw Deasy out the window, and I was like, "I'm Trey Elliot." I told Boogie, I'm now Trey Elliot. Boogie's like, what the fuck do you mean you want to change your name? You ain't gonna be the dog. You already acting Hollywood. I said, Boogie, trust me. And Trey Elliot, LA don't know nothing about the Deasy, but people who still remember me before I moved to LA, they still call me Deasy.
Trey
Yo, Deasy, what up, Deasy?
It's like a little nickname in the pocket. Trey Deasy.
Yeah.
That's perfect, man. That's perfect. I love who's your favorite? Who's your favorite? I guess I can't say favorite. You know what I mean? Well, that's too broad. But just some people, who were good people that you got to meet while coming up through comedy. You know what I mean? Just other people. You mentioned Boogie B. Y'all working together, putting projects out.
Chico Will was like one of my comedian by the name of Chico Will. Marion Kendricks was a comedian. He now in Dallas. That was like my crew. You know what I mean? In DC. And then I would get to talk to like OGs in DC, like Willie Robo and like I said, T-Rex and Tony Woods. And then once I got to LA is when I started meeting the people that I was watching on TV, like A-listers and stuff, having conversations with like Jamie Foxx, having conversations with Martin, Chappelle.
Was it crazy or you're like, oh no?
Oh man, the first time I met Martin, because he's the one who inspired me to want to do comedy, I was blown away. I was like, oh shoot. First time I met Martin, guess who was there? Martin and Bobby. And Thin Line is one of my favorite movies. I was like, yo, see here with the real D, with the Darnell and T.
I used to go to the Jacksonville Public Library with my mom. We would rent Martin DVDs just to go watch the show back at the house, man.
So that blew me away, man. And the first conversation I had with Jamie, I was at his house. I was like, yo, I'm at Jamie Foxx's house, and he telling me about when he was broke and how his comedy, yo. So I've had so many of those wow moments, man, where I was just like, yo, I'm meant to be here. Yeah, when the people you look up to becoming your peers and they respect you, you're doing, something right.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, man, that's the goal. That's always what we're trying to strive for. The name of my show is called The Writer's Block. So I guess this would be we'll talk about this before we get out of here. Have you experienced that? And how do you break out of it? Because, it's kind of a constant thing that I deal with trying to create and figure stuff like that out. You being someone who, you at the level that you are at, I feel like, I don't know, you're always like, okay, well, I got to be better. I got to keep pushing myself, pushing yourself for 20 years. I would imagine that eventually there's a roadblock there sometimes.
Right. So for me, with writer's block, it comes with not figuring out what material I'm gonna talk about, because like I said, most of my comedy is based off my life. So now I've learned how to let my life write itself. But the writer block may come in where I'm like, how do I make this joke better? What can I say or what can I do to make this show better?
You're like thinking too hard about it? I feel like something
And because I literally write on stage. And when I say that, I literally know what I want to say and I talk it out on stage. Okay. Like, I don't write the whole thing out at first. It's not until I do it for the first time, then I'll go back and write it out. But I want it to at first come out natural. Or I'll record it so I can hear how I naturally say it. And then that's when I'll take it to the lab and doctor it up. And so at times I just be like, yo, what can I say to make this better? Then I have other comedians come out, like my crew, and they be like, yo, you should tag it with this or say that. Oh, I'm like, yo, dang. Or Tone might be like, yo, try this. I'm like, that's it. That's what I needed.
That's a nice one.
So I'll just keep doing it. And if I'm not satisfied, I'll just keep doing it. Be like, I was missing something, and then it'll come. Sometimes, dog, it just comes. You don't know where it come from.
Yeah.
You just be on stage and be like, yo, how the hell did I think of that?
Those are my favorite moments.
Those
like sometimes
favorite moments,
I'll just be doing nothing, and then I'll just think, and I'll be like, that's it. That's what I've been waiting for.
Yeah,
you got to jot it down. Stop that. I don't know. People be thinking I'm weird sometimes. I'll carry a little notebook around, and I'll literally stop all the conversation and just write something down.
I used to do that.
I'll talk to you in 3 minutes.
We'll talk. Or I record a bit or say certain things, man. And I love that. I love that.
I loved having you on the show, Trey, and once again, I'm gonna be following, seeing what you're posting, seeing what you got going on, and everything that you got going on. So I wish you more success.
Thank you.
I wish you a happy birthday, happy birthday.
Brother. Thank you, and a happy New Year, happy holidays,
all the happies. Yeah. This has been the Writer's Block Podcast, ladies and gentlemen, partnering with the Comedy Zone here in Jacksonville. My name is Bobby Brown Jr. Trey Elliot, where can they find you on social media?
You can find me at comedian Trey Elliot, TreyElliot on Instagram. Follow my Facebook fan page, Trey space Elliot, or just Trey Elliot with that space in the middle. And then TikTok, comedian Trey Elliot, man. Follow me on all platforms.
Nice. And I'm at Bobby Comedian, Instagram, TikTok. But we're switching up from maybe Bobby. A little switching. Bobby Brown Jr. comedy.
We got to work on that.
I had Bobby Brown Jr. comedy at first, but then that was so long.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
This has been the Writer's Block Podcast, and we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.